Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to CNBC, South Korea's biggest chipmaker, SK Hynix, has announced plans to raise approximately $29 billion, $45.45 trillion for listing of American Depositary Receipts, ADRs, on the Nasdaq. According to regulatory filings, the company plans to issue 17.79 million new shares, with trading tentatively scheduled to begin as soon as July 10, 2026. The offering is expected to be managed by a consortium of major global financial institutions, including Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, and J.P. Morgan Chase. SK Hynix stated that the U.S. listing aims to broaden its investor base and ensure its corporate value is accurately evaluated, particularly by expanding its presence in the United States, which it described as the epicenter of AI technological innovation. SK Hynix currently dominates the high-bandwidth memory (HBM) chip market with a 60% market share, riding a wave of surging demand driven by the global artificial intelligence boom. To support this growth, the company is rapidly expanding its production capacity, including the construction of a massive new campus in South Korea and its first $4 billion advanced packaging facility in Indiana. The United States government has announced new, significant sanctions against the Cambodia-based Prince Group, which authorities describe as one of Asia's largest criminal enterprises. According to NHK, the U.S. Treasury Department has targeted 9 individuals and 26 entities associated with the conglomerate, freezing their assets within the United States. This move follows previous coordinated actions with the United Kingdom last year. U.S. officials state that scam operations linked to the group have heavily targeted Americans, with losses exceeding $10 billion in 2024 alone, a sharp 66% increase from the previous year. International efforts to dismantle these criminal networks are intensifying. Recently, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department arrested a suspected senior member of the group on charges of falsifying residence documents. Furthermore, the group's chairman, Chen Jur, was previously arrested by Cambodian authorities and subsequently extradited to China in January. These measures reflect a growing global determination to combat the rising tide of cross-border online fraud and money laundering. According to a report by Yonhap News Agency, unionized workers of Hyundai Motor Co. voted overwhelmingly on Wednesday to approve a strike plan following stalled wage negotiations. Out of the union's 39,668 members, 86.65% voted in favor of the collective action, with a high voter turnout of 94.15%. This approval grants the union the legal right to stage a walkout if the State Labor Relations Committee decides to suspend mediation, a decision expected on Thursday. The union and management have held 11 rounds of wage talks since May, but have failed to resolve their differences. The workers are demanding a monthly base pay increase of $149,601, approximately 96.976 Juan Volter, and 30% of Hyundai's net profit from last year as performance-based pay. They are also seeking increased retirement ages and job security guarantees amid the rise of robotics. In contrast, management has resisted these demands, pointing to a 19.5% drop in last year's operating profit. If the strike goes forward, it will mark the second consecutive year of industrial action at the automaker. Thailand has officially launched a new policy initiative known as the Thailand Fast Pass in an effort to stimulate the country's economy and attract foreign capital. According to NHK, the government aims to transition from a traditional regulatory role to that of a facilitator, reducing bureaucratic obstacles for international businesses. 8 government agencies are coordinating efforts to expedite administrative procedures, including factory permits and electricity connections, with the goal of reducing approval timelines by up to 50%. This initiative specifically targets high-growth industries such as semiconductors and artificial intelligence. At a launch ceremony, 25 investment projects were granted initial privileges, representing a combined value of approximately 223 billion baht, or $7 billion. The move comes as Thailand seeks to address a period of economic sluggishness marked by a 2.4% GDP growth rate last year, which lagged behind several other Southeast Asian neighbors. Through these measures, Bangkok hopes to regain competitive momentum and foster a more welcoming environment for global investors. According to Antara, Indonesian Law Minister Supratman Andi Agtas signed a legal cooperation agreement with Russian Prosecutor General Alexander V. Gutsan on Wednesday in St. Petersburg, Russia. Signed during the 14th St. Petersburg International Legal Forum, the new pact is designed to pave the way for both countries to exchange information and data, conduct joint research, and facilitate the mutual movement of legal experts. Actas highlighted the agreement as a technical derivative of the Mutual Legal Assistance (MLA) treaty signed between Indonesia and Russia 6 years ago. The MLA treaty, established in 2019 and effective since late 2021, provides a legal framework for cooperation in criminal investigations, prosecutions, and the recovery of crime-linked assets. Additionally, Actas noted that Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto recently approved the extradition of a Russian national. Gutsan emphasized that this cooperation deal carries major significance for the long-term, lasting ties between the two nations. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.